Okay, so with original amount, that's finding what you started with. So something might have been increased by 10%, so then that's 110% of the original. It might have been decreased by 25%, so you've got 75% of the original, and you need to know what it actually started as. Okay, so we always work backwards and we need to find 1%. So to do that, we actually have to work out what percentage of the original do we actually have at the moment. Once we can work that out, we then divide by that amount to find 1%, and then we can multiply by 100 to find the 100%, which was the original amount. We'll do a couple of examples now. Okay, so we have this first question here, this first example. $32.50 is 65% of an amount. What is the amount? Okay, so we have an amount that we don't know, and they have told us that when you find 65% of that amount, you get $32.50. So the important part of this question is this: $32.50 is 65%. So that means that when we actually do our working out, to find 1%, we would need to do 32.50 if you need to, divided by 65, because we know that it's 65%, and if we need to get to 1, we need to divide by 65, because 65 divided by 65 is 1. Once we've done that, you should get an answer of 0.5. Then, if we know that that's 1%, we just have to work out what the 100% is, and we did that by multiplying by 100. So we need to multiply this side by 100 to get back to the very starting amount that we started with. And if we do 0.5 times 100, you should get $50. Okay, so the amount that we started with was $50, and you can check it because you could find 65% of 50 and it would give you $32.50. Okay, so we've got our next example, example 2, and it says a bill at a restaurant came to $94.82. This included the 10% GST. What was the bill total before the GST? So, important information. Bill total is $94.82. It included 10% GST. What was the bill total before the GST? Okay, so we actually need to work out, well, if we had the amount and we've added on 10%, that means that the $94.82 that the bill is 110%, because we had the starting amount, which we don't know, which is the 100%, and we've added on the extra 10% GST. So again, we find 1% by doing 94.82 divided by 110. And if you do that, you should get 0.862. Then all we need to do is find the 100%, and again, just like before, we multiply it by 100. So we do the same to the other side, and then you should have got that it is 86.20. Okay, remember, you can actually do this in your head. You just move the decimal point 2 places to the right when we're multiplying by 100. So what we've just worked out there is that before they added the GST, so that's the tax that we have in Australia, the bill total was actually only $86.20. They had to add the 10% GST because that's what we have in Australia. So that's added on, and the actual bill that we would have to pay is $94.82. All right, but we worked out what it was before the GST. And the reason for that is because, like I said, there are certain places and companies and things like that that don't have to pay GST. So they need to be able to calculate that. Okay, so our third example is a decrease. So again, we're going to underline some important parts. It says an item was on sale for 40% off. The sale price is $58.20. How much was it before the sale? Okay, so usually with original amount questions, you get the word like before and things like that, like original amount. What was it before this happened? And that's the sort of thing that you should be looking for if you're trying to work out that it's an original amount question. So again, to do this, we actually need to work out, okay, what percentage of the original is that $58.20? So it says it was 40% off. So if we started with the 100% that we don't know, that's what we're trying to work out. We took off 40%, so we're minusing 40, okay, taking away 40%. So that means we're left with the 60%, which happens to be this $58.20. Okay, so we've taken off the 40 and we're left with the 60%, which is the $58.20. So again, we've identified here that $58.20 is 60%, so we need to find 1%. If we do $58.20 divided by 60, that should give us 1. Why? Because 60% divided by 60 gives us 1%, which is what we're trying to find. And if you do that, you should get 0.97. Again, after that, we need to find the 100%. We multiply it by 100, and then we multiply by 100 on the other side, and that you should be able to do in your head, and you should get $97. So this particular item did cost $97. It was advertised for 40% off, and it's now $58.20. Okay, so we could find out what the original cost of the item was prior to the sale. I hope this one helps, and if you need any questions answered, just come and see me at school.